Hey, so I asked you guys to ask a few questions you guys had from that previous worksheet, and unanimously, the back page seemed to have a lot of issues, which thought it would because there was really no examples to go off of. I'm going to start real quick with number 8 because a few of you asked about number 8, and then I'll do one of the problems on the back. We'll do the second one, which received the most votes from you guys. So here we go. Number 8 was asking for the measure of arc WZX, which is the arc measurement that starts at W, goes around through Z all the way to X. Okay, so that would be, if you're thinking the central angle, because that's what it's linked to, those arc measurements, that would be pretty much starting here all the way wrapping around to here. That would be that same measurement, angle-wise. Now, they do give you, at the beginning of the problem, what WPX is. It's 28 degrees, which is that central angle. The reason I know it's a central angle is because P is the center of the circle. That central angle, again, can also be used as the measure for arc WX. You can post it out here as well. The reason why this is important is because the arc WZX is pretty much the opposite of this, right? Because this is just that arc distance or measurement from W to X. That would be the rest of the circle, WZX. So if you think about it, we got 28 degrees here, and then we're trying to find this angle that wraps around the rest of the circle. If a full 360 rotation is 360 degrees, you can find out this measurement by just doing 360 degrees minus 28. That would pretty much all you would that would be pretty much all you would have to do. So 360 minus 28, the answer is 332. So the measure of that arc is 332 degrees. So for those of you guys asking for number 8, that would be how you would do it. Now, onto the problem that you guys were all having issues with. 25 through 28 will do this. This, again, received the most votes. So they do give you angle W, or EWS. 36 degrees, they do give you this angle as well, labeled at 42 degrees. The first angle they would like you to find is measure of angle WES, which is this angle up here. Now, technically, this is part of a 3-angle triangle. So this triangle here would have this angle, that angle, WES, and then this. So you could use technically the triangle sum theorem to figure out what this first answer is. So that's what I'm going to do. So all I'm going to do work-wise is I'm going to take 180 minus 36 minus 42, and that should equal that because all of those 3 angles have to add up to 180. So I'm going to do that on my calculator real quick. 180 minus 36 minus 42, and that gives me 102. So this angle right here, this entire angle from here to here, is 102 degrees. So I'm going to write down 102 over here. The next thing it wants me to do is find the measure of arc TW. Now, in order to get TW, there really is no information about the arc measurements around the circle at all given. So the only way I'm thinking about doing it is either getting information on this inscribed angle, which is TEW, so this guy right here. So if I know what this angle was, I could double it because this is the inscribed angle of arc TW. The other angle I could find technically would be this one here, angle TAW, or this inscribed angle, because it also is reaching out to T and W. So either this one or this one, if I knew what it was, I could double it to figure out what that measure of arc TW is. Now, I know nothing really about this angle down here, but I do know that this part of the angle is 102, and I do know that this line, TS, would equal 180 because this would just be a supplementary relationship. This angle here plus this would have to be 180. So what I'm going to do real quick is 180 minus 102 to figure out what just this angle is, TEW. So 180 minus 102 equals 78. So this angle here is 78. This isn't going to be the answer for this. What you would have to do, because this is the inscribed angle, is double it, because inscribed angles, if you double them, you get the central angle for TW, aka the measure of arc TW. So 78 times 2, that'd be 156. So this arc measurement is 156. So we're gonna go ahead and write that down Next, it wants us to figure out measure of arc EA, which is on the opposite side. It's over here. So similarly, I'm going to look for inscribed angles to EA. So if you notice W here, that angle, it's on the circle, but the arms of it is reaching out to E and A, respectively. So this actually is an inscribed angle to EA. So to figure out what EA is, the arc EA, you could just double this inscribed angle, and since we already know it, you just times that by 2. So 36 times 2 is 72 degrees. So EA is 72 degrees. So the measurement from here to here, 72 degrees of the circle. So I'm going to write that down as well. And then last but not least, they want us to figure out what TKE is, okay? Now, TKE technically is, also you can think of it as a triangle. It's this triangle here. I know what this angle of TKE is, the triangle at 78. I actually could figure out what this angle is as well. And the reason why is because it has to do with the fact that this angle T is an inscribed angle to EA, just like angle W is, right? If you notice that angle T, the arms are reaching out to E and to A, and since that's the same thing as W, they're reaching out to E and A, this measure and this measure would be the same, or half of 72. So 36 degrees. So if I know this is 78, this is 36, to figure out K, I can just use the triangle sum theorem, make sure that they all add up to 180. So I'm going to do 180 minus 36 minus 78, and that would get me what TKE is. So 180 minus 36 minus 78 is 66. So the final answer, 66 degrees. So hopefully this helps you a little bit with these problems on the back for those of you guys who needed it. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions on today's assignment, by all means, stop in for office hours. There's only a few more left for the rest of the year. So if you haven't done so yet and just need a little extra help just to get that final assignment done, stop on by between 1 and 2 p.m. Through Thursday this week. You guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.